high school football. The hits, the scores, complete coverage of the high school games that matter. This is Friday Night Blitz from WFXR Sports.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Jermaine Ferrell, hoping your day is wonderful and blessed like butter. Let's get on the roll, baby, with the latest edition of Friday Night Blitz. Let's get the party started with our high school basketball game of the week.
And now, the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, sponsored by Don Hudson Insurance.
All right, two state semifinal games tipping off tonight to fill out the final two pieces of the state finals puzzle. First up, we roll down the Big Stone Gap where the Radford Bobcats taking on the Union Bears in the Class II boys semifinals. The winner getting to host the finals on Sunday. So let's go out to Big Stone Gap. Radford trailed in the second half, but they came back here. Great play in the third. Marcel Baylor getting the open strong side defender. Hoop and harm action. Radford making it close. But then how about this? Union is getting the ball and they're rocking and rolling. Alex Rancic punching it through, burying the triple. But the Bears pulled away later in this one as the Radford press would fail, but Bradley Bunch is left over in the head of the pack, gets the bucket. Radford falls in the semis to Union 42-35, so a great run by the Bobcats. Meanwhile, on to the Class I girls semifinal. George Wythe visiting Roanoke with a spot on the finals, in the finals on the line. We'll get it going in the third quarter. Tigers up 3, but the Maroons cut the deficit with the help of Molly Kurtner, and the ETSU commit weaves through the entire defense to lay it in. But just as the quarter was winding down, Leanna McNutty lures the defense and then kicks it out to Kyla Boyd with the wide open triple. And that gave the Tigers a 7-point lead heading to the fourth. The Maroons weren't backing down. Mackenzie Tate skipping this one to Haley Patel, who drills it from the wing. George with only down 1 with 2 to play. But Haley Hilton putting the Maroon in jeopardy as they hit the shot there. And in the end, Roanoke, they advanced to the finals, knocking off George Wythe 53-47, so a great season by George Wythe. Coming up next on Friday Night Blitz, 4 of our local high schools will be playing for a state title on the hoop court on Saturday. We have previews next. This is Friday Night Blitz.
Now, back to Friday Night Blitz, a WFXR Sports production.
And welcome back to Friday Night Blitz. It is state basketball finals preview time. As Saturday, 4 teams will be going for the big one. Now, the road to the Class 5 state title game has been a long journey for the Patrick Henry girls basketball team. Pre-coach Mike Hedrick, the team had a record from 2003 to 2007 of 11-56. But when Coach Hedrick came on the scene, he flipped the script. And from 2017 and now, PH has gone 72-22, winning 3 district titles, 2 regional titles, 4 Elite 8 appearances, 2 Final Fours. And now, Saturday at 5, the Patriots will be playing in their first ever state title game as they host 7-time defending state champion Princess Anne.
I'm very blessed to have the players I got. I've been very lucky to have Savannah Deary here for every game I've ever coached. I've had Shelby Fiddler and Minnie Childers for every game I've ever coached because they were here as 8th graders. I rely on them, and anybody that watches us knows those 3 are kickstarters. They do everything for us. So right now, I just drive the bus. They run the show. So I'm proud of them.
You know, it's kind of surreal to see, you mentioned it, the way this program has grown since you've been here. And I remember the first time I talked to you, you said you can win here at Patrick Henry, you can have the success. Obviously, that is definitely the case. And, you know, the players give you a lot of credit. You know, don't downplay what you're saying, but you deserve a lot of credit because obviously you got to buy into what you're selling.
No, and that's a two-way street. You know, you as a coach have to be really prepared, and I believe if you show your kids that you're going to fight for them every day no matter what, and you're going to fight all the battles, and I fight every battle with my kids. I'm on the front lines with them, and when you lead by example, you'd be amazed at what kids will give you back. You know, we always talk about this generation as, you know, maybe they're lazy or they won't know. This is a great generation if you show them you love them, if you show them that they can be really great. And I think what we've done here is we've shown a group of girls they can be great, and then we allow them to be great. And I love each and every one of them, and I'm going to miss them when they leave. You know, I'm trying to adopt Savannah Deary and bring her back a year. We'll see.
Nice deal there. Well, meanwhile, the road to the Class 4 state title game for the Pulaski County girls was unique as it came down to a last-second play as the Cougars, they're going to play Louisa County Saturday night, 5 o'clock. Now, we go back to that state regional final. Overtime, 7.4 seconds to go, tied at 39. In overtime, Kesslin Sechrist driving to the well, getting the shot to go, sending Pulaski to their second state final game in the past 3 years. Now, Cougars first-year head coach Scott Ratcliffe and guard Kesslin Sechrist talk about advancing to the title game.
Oh yeah, hey, we got all the confidence in the world in Kesslin. She's took over from Maddie Rackle from last year, and that was supposed to be what she's designed to do, man. That's what she's made for. She's a heck of a ball game.
Like you were saying, this is something you've been doing. I mean, this is something this program's been doing for years now. Now we're back in the state finals. How's it feel to be back representing Pulaski County?
Unbelievable. You know, I've sat over there a whole lot in 20 years here and watched these kids play, and I always thought, man, if I got my chance, we're there. So we got 2 days to get ready for some good ball teams, and hopefully this weather will allow us to get some practice time. We got to get some shots up. We got to make some shots.
I was about to say 2 days. We got an ice storm coming.
Yes, sir.
We're here at home.
Right.
When we welcome whoever we're going to be playing.
Right.
I mean, that's got to, even during a pandemic, that home court advantage has got to be huge.
Oh yes, sir. I hate we don't get the fans, man. That's a huge miss. Could you imagine this place on that shot right there? Oh my gosh. But yeah, it is still huge.
It felt so good. I had the confidence and I knew it was going in, and after I made it, it was a great feeling.
Meanwhile, in the Class 1 ranks, the Perry McClure boys are playing in their first title game in 27 years. The man leading them is no stranger to title game success. Perry McClure's native son and head coach Mike Cardellaro led the Alta Vista Colonels to 4 state titles as the Colonels head coach. Now Coach C is leading the Fighting Blues to a home title game against Alta Vista Saturday afternoon at 2. There is excitement coming for Saturday's matchup.
You know, it's been one of those where each day you cherish the moment to practice or perhaps play a game, knowing that you are, you know, maybe one case away from not being able to play, participate, or even finish the season. So it's been such a roller coaster. We feel like that we've been very fortunate, and we've got a great group of kids. We've asked them all ever since the summer, you know, stay in your bubble. Don't get outside of your bubble if you want to play and you want us to continue. So, and then you add another layer on. Obviously, we've advanced all the way to the final. So it's been a lot of fun. Kids are really pumped up. Probably have to reel them back in just a little bit so we can play the game.
Now, I know you've probably been asked about this a lot, but let's face facts. You're going up against a school that you know a lot about, a school that, again, you won 4 state championships on a hoop court. Just talk about the uniqueness. I mean, obviously, you have so many connections with the Alta Vista Colonels, but how neat is it that the first time you're coaching at Perry McClure, the state championship game against you're coaching against Alta Vista, a place that you're very familiar with?
Well, I think it's good for the media. You know, you got all these different stories that you could touch on. For me, it's kind of agonizing in a way. You know, I'm very happy for them. That was our home for 21 years, and we raised our kids there, and, you know, very fortunate with the success we had. But now I'm wearing blue. I'm not wearing the black and the orange. So I've got to really keep it that way and stay focused on the game. We have a lot of friends there. We'll have a lot of friends after the game. They're still in Alta Vista, win or lose. They've got a proud tradition in basketball, and they had it before I got there. You know, the one thing that amazed me about that school was 100 years ago. When I first got there in the 90s, I used to look at the board from the 1920s teams and 30s, and I used to ask questions about those guys. So I think they've taken their place back among the elite teams.
Meanwhile, on the Alta Vista side of the ledger, the Colonels head coach Casey Johnson has a strong connection to Coach Mike Cardellaro. Now, Casey's dad coached Coach C at Emory and Henry. Coach Johnson also went to Emory Henry, and Coach Johnson played for Coach C at Virginia High. Overall, Johnson has a lot of respect for Coach C and Perry McClure.
And then they've got some good role guys. You know, they've got guys that may not get shots on the offensive end, but then they come in and step in and take charges, which are game changers. So they're a complete team. But at the very same time, we are too. We were playing well at the right time, and I'm excited to see what we're going to do because our kids are excited to be here and not just be here, but go play for a state title. Every single day, thanks to Mike Cardellaro and Mike Sharness and Deborah Spencer and Daryl Smith, who are coaches here and former coaches, I get to walk through the Colonel Hall of Champions on my way to the office and I'm reminded of all the success this place has had. And then you walk in the gym and the banners for going to state tournaments and for going to Final Fours and state finals are unbelievable for a single A school. So, and the rumor people always tell me is if Alta Vista had been single A back in the 90s, there would be twice as many titles because they had to play in the Seminole against bigger schools. This place has an expectation to win. That's not our number one goal. My number one goal is to compete, and get these kids to give everything they have all the time. And this year they have done that. And we're seeing the fruits of our labor. So excited to play Coach C. I know I'm going on and on about this question, but his dog bit me when I was 13 years old, and I'll never forget it. And I'm blaming him as my motivation to go beat them tomorrow.
A dog bite for motivation. You got to love that storyline. Anyway, here again are the final games on Saturday. Class 5 girls, Patrick Henry hosting Princess Anne at 5. The Class 4 girls, Pulaski County hosting Louisa County at 6. And the Class 1 boys final, as it will be Perry McClure hosting Alta Vista. We'll have highlights and complete post-game reaction from all the games coming up Saturday night on WFXR News First at 10. Coming up on Friday Night Blitz, it is crunch time, baby, as Crunch publisher Carl York joins me to talk about the upcoming high school football season. Stick and stay, please.
Now, back to Friday Night Blitz, a WFXR sports production.
And welcome back to Friday Night Blitz. It is crunch time, baby, as earlier this week I caught up with Crunch publisher Carl York to get his take on the upcoming high school football season, which is set to kick off next week. Here's Captain Crunch with Crunch Time.
This is like the old days. You can't hardly lose and get to the next level. I mean, back in the day, you had teams in the district where the two best teams would square off, and whoever won the playoffs, the other one stayed home with one loss. And it's getting to feel like maybe, this year is going to be a little bit like that. You're not going to have, 100 teams in the playoffs zigzagging across the state. It's going to be a lot less teams. It's going to be limited. So that puts more pressure on every game. You don't want to, if you've got a good chance and a good team, there's more pressure to not go to sleep on that one game and lose and then end up messing up your postseason. The other thing is, for whatever reason right now, we've got a lot of kids that are extremely talented and are going to play at the next level at all divisions. I mean, Lord Botetourt, Coach Harless over there, man, he's got a factory going because he's got kids that are signed with JMU and signed with Appalachian State or are going to sign. They've got, commitments. I think that's interesting. So we have some kids in the area that are going to play at the next level. I think that's interesting. I think with a shorter season, the stronger teams, more physical teams have sort of a chance to kind of beat up on everybody all regular season. They only have 6 games. So, you've got a chance. Everybody has a chance to kind of survive the regular season, maybe get to the postseason and knock somebody off. So I think it's really interesting the way it's set up. But it's going to be different. Only playing 6 games, and you're not going to get some of those rivalries that you like, where you kind of cross districts. You're going to miss out on some of those. So that's kind of unfortunate. But hey, at least we're playing.
And coming up next on Friday Night Blitz, we have our latest Player of the Week. Friday Night Blitz returns in a few moments.
It's time for the Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week, sponsored by Tater Benson of MKB Realtors.
The Cave Spring Knights girls basketball team has grown over the years to one of the strong programs in our area, and one of the reasons for the growth is connected to this week's Player of the Week in Knights guard senior Zeta Porter. Cave Spring's season came to an end earlier this week in the regional finals, but overall Porter is proud to be part of the resurrection of the Cave Spring Knights program.
You know, the last 4 years have been fantastic with this last team. So I'm just glad that I got to play with these people.
I just got to ask you, where'd your love for basketball come from?
My dad, you know, my parents, they weren't together in the beginning of their relationship. So, you know, I was at two different households a lot, but, you know, basketball was something that I carried over from both of their households no matter what. So just, you know, my dad being able to push me at one side and my mom pushing me at the other side, you know, it was just something for all of us to come together and do together. So that's where it came, and they encouraged me, they helped me play, so I've just always stuck with it.
You know, the interesting, you know, that you've wrapped up your season with Cave Spring. I mean, when you ladies first started off, you know, when you first started, there were some lean years early, but now just I hate to say it like that, but
yeah.
I mean, how special is it, because y'all were basically one game away from the state semifinals?
It's just amazing. Like you said, in the beginning of my Cave Spring career, it wasn't looking too hot for anybody, but everyone always asked me, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you leave? And it's because I feel like I knew that there was something special about the Cave Spring program, you know, and the team is young. So, you know, us just keep fighting and stuff like that. That's something that I will never forget, you know, the looks on all of their faces when we were able to accomplish what we were able to accomplish this year. And that is amazing. Even though we lost that game, you know, in my heart, we still won just because of everything that we were able to do together as a team.
You know, your coach has the same initials as mine, Coach Jessica. What has she meant to you, you know, with guiding you through your high school career at Cave Spring?
Much more than just a basketball coach. You know, the times that she tells me all the time, I'm her kid and she is my mom when it comes to that basketball court. She's taught me how to lead my team. She's taught me different situations and different ways to reach out to them in ways that I would have never thought about doing myself. You know, she's taught me how to be a leader on and off the court. Shaped me into a very young lady, and just everything like that I cannot thank her enough for everything that she has done for me the past 4 years. You know, we text all the time and we say some things. The other day at our LB game, we actually called a timeout at the exact same time, and neither of us knew which one actually got the call. But that's just something that you realize over the past 4 years, we've started to become more like one person. You know, she's the coach on the side, I'm the coach on the court, but we come together, we have one goal, and that's to get the best out of everybody on the court.
You know, I noticed in your room, that's your room, right? Where we are? Okay. I noticed you got a lot of awards. That's the I Love Me wall over there with the medals.
It is. It's a room that I plan on, you know, coming back from college after, you know, getting just beat up at college, you know, just to understand where I came from, to know to still continue to have confidence in myself, even after, you know, when I'm 30, hopefully I can bring my kids here and look at them and tell them, just be like, look, your mom was a beast, just remember, you know. But yeah, my mom and my dad helped me set it up. It was a long time, and you know, every time I get something new, I just add it to the wall in hopes that, you know, it continues to grow.
Good deal. Good deal. So maybe you could be like loving basketball, the McCalls, you know, the dad was in Omar Epps' character was in the NBA for a while till he got hurt, but then, you know, his wife ended up being in the WNBA. So there you go.
Absolutely. It all is going to plan out eventually. I know it.
Well, Zeta,
all right, congratulations, Zeta Porter, on that honor of getting the Player of the Week. I'm Jermaine Ferrell. Hope all your teams are winners. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and enjoy your weekend.